Welcome to Friday Flow with Adam, after all the extra little bits and pieces in the beginning. The routine today, I switched up because remember last time we did a lot of intros and then I got to the part that was supposed to be in the beginning, in the middle. And I was like, well, that was great and I like the intros, but I decided perhaps it would help everybody online too if we actually started with the discussion starter stuff. And then we can sprinkle that in as we go. So this topic is curiosity versus confidence. And the way that this came about, this particular discussion plan, I'm going to copy this and paste it in there too. So usually I have all kinds of books and stuff that I'm think of as I'm writing this stuff down. I was like, oh yeah, I heard this here and I heard that there, but I don't have it this time. Because this has really been more of something that I kind of realized about 3 weeks ago. My business coach had told me, to go and visit places with this mentality of curiosity. And I'm assuming it was as opposed to what you usually hear when you're starting a business, that you're supposed to come in with all this confidence, and you're supposed to I know exactly what I'm doing and posture in a way, at least that was my interpretation. And so before that, so my first thing is I was told to pose before coaching. And then during coaching, I was told to lead with curiosity. My question is have I proven one way or the other is better? And as a recap on this, I've rethought it recently because of the other day I heard someone talking on another podcast and oh, that's another way to look at it. But anyways, that's kind of my big thing is, so I've been going for a year, and I could have been visiting a lot of businesses had I led with this curiosity thing and said, oh, let me come and visit your business to see how it's running and all that. I get background in how they do things and where the places of stuff is and how it's organized. And then on top of that, I also build up rapport and also, connections, and kind of like what I'm doing now. This is all crazy curiosity. The nonsense I was doing just a moment ago about trying to set up the live stuff with OBS, and just entering with curiosity. And I think that really leads strong, as opposed to always feeling whoa, I know everything and you want to invite me kind of thing, as opposed to I want to go to your place because I'm curious about it. So I don't know that I proved in this very well yet because I didn't do a lot of it. I didn't do a lot of going and visiting places. But I did feel like I proved that not being curious, not reaching out like that, didn't serve me very well. I've had some clients this last year, and they've been great clients, but mostly it's because I just randomly came across somebody, and they said, I want what you have. It's not because I've visited their place and I've sort of developed the community that way, right? So I don't know that I've really proven it yet. And if I end with that, see, that's curiosity there. Isn't that cool? Full circle. Okay.
I'm Lisa McGarry. My company is Proficient Financial Management. We do tax, we do bookkeeping. I know it sounds really boring. That's just a tool that we use to help grow small to mid-sized businesses and to help startup businesses get off their feet. So we do a lot of advising, a lot of strategy, and then we do the boring stuff too, like the compliance. And we have offices in Dallas and now Albuquerque.
Now wait, is that boring to you, the compliance stuff?
No, but everybody else thinks it's boring.
So that's the thing. That's the reason they hire you, is because it's really interesting to you. It's when
it was really interesting to me, but it's nice to have that sense of accomplishment that it's done and it's off the list. But compliance is just the thing that we do to keep people out of jail.
Yeah.
That's not the point of what we do, I guess is what you could say. That's not the point of why we do accounting. The point of it is to help businesses manage their cash flow and manage their growth and not completely lose their companies because of something dumb like not being able to manage their cash flow properly. If you're going to lose your business, you know, at least do something really jacked up and make the FBI show up. You know, I'm just
Congratulations.
Go down in flames. That's my motto.
Yeah. Don't go down in flames. That's all right. Proficient financial. Don't go down in flames.
Hey everyone, my name is Cody Pearson. Calling in from Denver today, but I have 1 foot in New Mexico and 1 foot in Colorado most of the time. I do technology transformations and organizational change. So that means the New Mexico experience is really commercializing technology from the Department of Energy laboratories. And then from the org change and transformation perspective, I've also been involved with small business, small companies in Albuquerque as well, doing preparedness for acquisitions. So really when there's friction or roadblocks in any small, medium, even large global enterprises, last position was at Western Union, I'm the one to go in, do the survey, come up with a solution set, then lead teams to drive that change. And I'll paste in my info right now.
Thanks, Cody. And you and I talked earlier this week, and you were talking about how you did a lot of like work for some stuff down here in Albuquerque, moving things around and making a business get to shift to a whole new like owner and everything. It was pretty intense. So Richard.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, I'm Richard Farmer. I'm a recent transplant here. Been here 4 weeks in Albuquerque, and I'm a 20+ year filmmaker, mostly in Los Angeles, but work globally. And a year ago, I started becoming fascinated with augmented reality for a multitude of reasons. Backtracking, I went to my family. We moved to New York a year ago, and I really immersed myself into AR. Got involved with a hackathon and an idea that I came up with was a finalist, and I've been working on that as a startup, and also looking to come up with building a team in New Mexico and trying to create a AR company here while doing film on the side, as I usually do. And I've been coming to these meetups for over a week now, and I see Adam everywhere, and he's been really integral, meeting some folks, and really excited to be here. And thanks for doing this again, Adam.
Thank you, Richard. And thanks for coming back. Yeah, and we had a nice, we actually did the social, well, I changed it to, instead of saying social distancing, the physical distancing. Because right now we're socially like connected, sort of. Yeah. We can't touch or that sort of thing, but we physically distanced, met up and supported a local diner that had an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And got to talk about some AR ideas downtown too. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Janet, I think you beat Diana when you came in. So Janet, you are up. Janet may butt in at a moment, but she's a counselor. She's not local, but I met her at Network After Work, and so she's into telehealth. All right, Diana. Hello. You can give your answer. You can tell us about yourself in English or Spanish, and we'll travel. I'm not too sure how well we'll catch it, but it's good stuff.
I need to practice my English.
Oh, good. Diana, hold on one moment. Is there a way you can turn up your volume somehow or get closer to your microphone?
I don't know. Is better?
A little better. A little better.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Daina. I'm from Colombia, Mexico. I live here in Albuquerque for 2 years, maybe 3 years. And I'm forestry engineer, and I have a project. I produce Mescal from Puebla, Mexico. And now I have in my next level is import Mescal to USA, but for the quarantine, the legal steps in Mexico now is stopped now. And I don't know, for me it have been difficult to understand the American culture here and business American culture, but I feel ready now for show me to the people, because for 2 years I worked in my project alone in my house. Um, in our project, we produce our plants, our agave in Mexico, organic agave. We recover the population of silvestre agaves, and one part of the project is recovery the population of bats, because the bats are very important for the pollination of agave, and we produce artisanal mezcal. And yeah, this is all. And here I was volunteer in Valle de Oro, in the botanic garden, in the schools with a pollination project with the kids. But yeah, it's totally different with American culture. So yeah, for that reason, I want to know other person. You know, my husband is American, but he loves Mexico and Latin culture. So yeah, I need to know other Americans.
Thank you, Diana. So we're gonna have to work on your audio somehow, but
Probably I don't know.
Does she have something else plugged in for a microphone instead of just the computer, or is it?
oh, good question. We're gonna problem solve.
It's my computer, because it's all computer, but
Do you have
always I think, okay, other one with this computer.
Does
Yeah.
she have? Because sometimes these will work better.
Do
if
you
the
have a
computer-
headphones?
like the earbuddy type? Because that might, if the computer speaker is not doing good, is it not help? You know, sometimes these will help. Now try that. Talk again, Diana.
Is better or not?
Still got this like raw
Yeah,
drone going on.
it's my laptop.
Oh.
Sounds like there's two speakers or something.
Oh, okay.
The things you put in your ears, are they connected now?
What? I'm sorry.
Are your headphones connected? And are they just earphones, or are they also a microphone?
No, it's just headphones.
Okay.
Do you have anything with a microphone too?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You might try next time, and you're welcome, you know, to try things out. We're really informal, okay? So we're not like, we're just enjoying conversation and discussing things. So this problem solving is just fine. But yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
For the next, probably I have a new laptop.
Maybe that would probably help too. But that was a good idea, Richard, to just get headphones or something.
Yeah.
So Richard has headphones that has a little mic in the cord right there. So that might be a cheap fix too.
Yeah, but this is
just the headphones. Okay. That didn't make a difference. So I don't know. Maybe there's something else. Okay. Well, thank you, Diana. Yeah, and so I met Diana, sort of, through I was going to go sign up for Network After Work again on Meetup, and there's one for Albuquerque, but the lady that's hosting it is from Rhode Island, I think, and then when I actually go onto it, it sends you over to Eventbrite. So you go to Eventbrite, and then you sign up for Network After Work there, and then you talk to people from across the nation. And it's like, well, that's cool, but it's not entirely local. But I got to meet Janet that way, so that was neat. Janet was from up over across the country, and anyway, but I saw Daina on there, and I saw some other people, Daina, but you're the only one I've talked to so far. Yeah, I was like, oh, she's got a cool, like, you know, you got the English language learning stuff, and yo quiero hablar español, and that sort of thing. So I was like, oh, I'll reach out to her. Oh, Lisa went out again. Lisa seems to be having some technical difficulties. Anyway, so I reached out to you and I said, hi, you know, because the network after work, we don't get to actually see people from the local area for sure. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just type her. So I was really happy you responded, and we got to see each other. So welcome. So Cody, I'm just out of curiosity, how many here speak another language? All right, okay, we got a wavy hand, and I can't see Janet if she's signaling or anything.
I speak a little Spanish, but I understand it, you know, fairly well. I tutor it.
Oh.
I tutor Spanish too. So, but I'm no way I used to be really fast at it, but I'm not as fast as I used to be.
No estoy rápido.
Maybe that's because of my old age.
Sí. Lisa, habla francés, alemán?
Ferme la bouche.
No, I speak Hebrew.
Cool. I can
Yeah.
write some Hebrew.
I can write in Hebrew. I can read some Hebrew. It depends on how bad the handwriting is.
Oh.
We had Hebrew when I was in high school. It was one of the foreign language choices.
That's cool. I did it in seminary. So I had yeah.
You know the Hebrew? Shut up. Nobody knows Hebrew.
When we say no Hebrew, like I could pull out the lexicon, I could sit it in front of me, and I could figure out what the thing is saying.
My best friend is actually a professor of biblical Hebrew. She teaches missionaries how to translate the Bible into other languages at a Bible institute.
Oh, wow. Did they do Klingon?
I don't know.
I do know.
I've never asked her because I'm not sure she knows what Klingon is. So
for those that may not know what Klingon is, I'll give a little insight.
Okay.
From Star Trek, the space odyssey of these scientists getting to know the rest of the world, Klingon is the language of one of the alien species. The ones with the big, I get them and the Vulcans mixed up because
the
Vulcans are this. The Klingons have the big like head thing going on, all the scrumbly head.
That's not Star Trek.
The reason I get those two mixed up is because the mythology for Vulcan is actually the guy got his face messed up. So I feel like those names were reversed but whatever. So, but I know that they've actually translated the Bible into Vulcan because I overheard someone else talking about it. So
I'm gonna have to ask her next time we talk if they do that. I know she only teaches them the Hebrew side of it though.
That works out. So, Cody, ¿cuáles lenguas habla? Sí.
Un poco de español, un poco de francés, y pero ahora practicar svenska. So, jag svenska, so Swedish.
Okay, I was like, I don't know what Svenska is.
The language of the summer now is the Duolingo app and Swedish.
Yeah, I do Duolingo too. I'm working a little bit on my Spanish. Also, Diana, do you know? Oh, Richard, what do you speak? What do you got? What do you speak?
muy poquito español and česky, jedno pivo prosím, which is one beer please in Czech Republic. Jak se máš is, see you later. And I can read the menus, and I've worked there quite a few times in Prague and filmmaking, and can talk and give general direction to actors. But it's very, very limited and whatnot.
Richard, have you been to the Clementium Library in Praha then?
Ooh. I lived there for a year after college and I never went to a library.
Oh, perfect.
Only because I had, I was in my 20s and having a great time.
Libraries are a great time.
I know. And then,
I'm with Cody on this.
but I've been to, mini operas there because they're like $5. I don't think I went to that library, but I remember that. And then I've worked there for I probably put in another 6 months working there later in my 30s. It's beautiful.
That's cool. Yeah, that's neat because we just found out from Cody before you joined. That's what his backdrop was from.
That's that library. Yeah, everything in Prague looks like that. I mean, It's gorgeous. I mean, it's a medieval city that was not destroyed by Hitler. So it was, he was going to try to create a Jewish museum, for all the wrong reasons. And that's why it wasn't destroyed.
Okay. Good for odd circumstances.
Well, here's to Prague. It's a beautiful place.
Cool. All right. So thank you, everybody, for introducing yourselves and talking language. One thing before I move on, too, is Daina, have you heard about Taza? Taza is another meetup that they just got going, but it used to meet in person on Thursday mornings. So look that one up at some point.
Is for entrepreneurs?
Sí, especialmente para bilingüe.
Okay.
Está en español y si quiere es un poco en inglés.
Okay.
Taza.
Mi taza. What is the name?
Yo escribo esto en el chat. I wrote in the chat. Taza. I will actually look it up real quick on the screen here, so we have it. So Taza. They even have Facebook. Okay, so here's the meetup thing. Did I go too far? Meetup.com. Is it gonna go somewhere? I'll try again. Taza. Yeah, but I visited them just the other day. Here it is. So it's called Taza. Oh, I've got some interesting stuff going on. Taza en tu casa is what they're calling it, because you now can, see it online. So there's another event there, folks, that if anyone's interested, that bilingual business networking. Después es bien. Okay, back to, all right. So I did my little chit chat and I'm gonna close this thing down unless we come up with something else. But ¿dónde está en MX ciudad? Oh, estás Mexico. Oh, I don't know, let me see.
I was just asking Daina where her city was. Which city?
Oh, okay.
Because the sound with my computer. But no, I'm here in Albuquerque.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here close to the downtown in Varelas because I love Varelas.
Pareles.
Yeah.
That's bueno. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I also was like interested in talking to her, because she was like local, even though she has an international interest. So yeah, that was cool. I asked you, but I don't know if you got back to it. Do you also have a business, Daina?
Yes.
What business is that?
So my business is the Mescal factory. So I manage all my business online. My team for produce mezcal and my nursery and the management of the land in Puebla, Mexico for plants, the agaves, all is in Mexico. And I have my partner. My partner, she become a mezcal family. So her brothers are maestros mezcaleros. The maestros mezcaleros, the word of the mezcal is
Sí.
very traditional in Mexico. So all families for generations produce artisanal mezcal. So the family of Fabi is my partner. Her family produced mezcal probably for 400 years, 5 generations, and yeah, always for WhatsApp with work in our project, no? Because she lives on the mountain in Puebla, so there is not an internet signal, no cell phone signal, solo one point for internet. So every day we work for WhatsApp, and I coordinate the sales inside Mexico. I come bottles for the border in my car here to the USA, and now here I can start a tasting rooms in my house for introduce people in the world of the mezcal, because now I prepare my land here for the moment when I import mezcal, no, legal here.
Wow.
So this is my project, but the project is 3 parts. One is produce organic agaves. The agave need, depend of the species, the agaves need 9 years or 10 years for harvesting for produce mezcal. Yeah, so now the demand of mezcal is high, and the population of the agaves is a problem because the population is low. So for the conservation of natural resources, we want a project that respects the population of agave, the population of bats, because the bat is important in the pollination of the agaves, and is important for the ecosystem in Mexico. And we want to rescue the traditional and artisanal mezcal from Puebla that is different than mezcal from Oaxaca or Sonora or San Luis Potosí, etc. And this is a project for women. Yeah, and the word of the mezcal is just for machos, mexicanos cabrones, and it's like the women in the world of the mezcal is a small uh, is a small part of that mezcal world. So yeah, this is our project.
That's cool. So I heard you better this time. So I'm not totally sure what you said the first time when you were talking, like before in the intros, but this time I caught a lot more of what you were saying. So the volume on your computer is better. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but I forgot. All
yeah,
right. So
I feel bad, but it's like in America, the people change the technology frequently, but in Latin America, no. It's like, okay, no, one more month with this cell phone, with this computer.
yeah,
So yeah.
hold on. Budget well, right? Right, Lisa?
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you see this here too, Diana? In the chat that Cody shared some information. He's got some ideas of who you could contact. You could also just say it out loud, Cody.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Cody. I love Colorado. I was in Fort Collins for 6 months in my master because I work with Forest Service Rocky Mountain Station in, yeah, but thank you.
Oh, your
And it,
apology. Okay, I didn't catch that. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So it's funny because when you said mezcal, I'd forgotten, and this is how much I don't know about alcohol. I'd forgotten that was like the drink, because you typed that to me, and I thought it was like I was thinking something else, like a mestizo or something. But I was like, mezcal. Oh yeah. Because when I was down in Oaxaca, one of my hosts, he also sold mezcal, and it was
yeah,
delicious.
the most popular state in Mexico for mezcal is Oaxaca, but all country produce mezcal. and 7 states from Mexico has a origin denomination. And yeah, it's different because, for example, the tequila is just one type of agave. It's agave tequiliana, but the mezcal is produced for a lot of types of agave from Mexico, and each area has different species of agave. No, in the case of Puebla, Puebla has 3 volcanoes, very important. So the characteristics of the soil is different than Oaxaca, and the process of the mezcal is a little different. So for that reason, I love mezcal because it's a universe. Yeah, I love my I'm sorry, I'm Latina, so always is my passion.
Está bien.
About my project.
Está fabuloso. No, that's great. Thank you. And I actually, when you do video stuff, apparently you're supposed to be like 10 times more animated than you are in person, because because of the limits of the distance, and you lose certain context. So when I'm presenting here, like I'm using my hands and everything too. So you do it naturally. I have to think about it, make sure like, all right, so I've got this going on, because it creates more of the personality, more of the energy that you would miss if you're in person, So it's good for you. You do not have to apologize about your hand motions. Well, as far as I know. Okay. Great. So we don't ever have to get back to the topic that I started off with, which is curiosity versus confidence, or whatever it is during the discussions, just for future note. But I do want to get back. I'm going to come back to it now and just see what you guys think. Which one have you seen? And it doesn't have to be an either or. It can be both. But which one have you seen as being more helpful for you? Curiosity or confidence in building your business? You just go for it.
For me, it's been curiosity, because it's led me into some interesting places that keep exciting me, and and it builds your confidence the more you go along. And just reflecting on my last year, kind of going into AR, which the process of producing like a film or whatever, it's goes through the same kind of similar workflow from concept to visualize, previs, and then creating it and releasing it out into the world. Yeah, I think just being curious about augmented reality has led me to really interesting things that I'm excited about. That's a personal reflection.
So that's one vote for curiosity. Lisa, you're on the image now. You're the big image right now. So it's your turn, I guess. Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm the big image, but maybe that's my computer.
Yeah, it's on mine.
It actually depends on the type of event it is.
Oh, a nuanced answer.
Who are you? It depends on who you're meeting.
Yeah.
At the event, I think, and the purpose of the event, because there are some events where I definitely know that if I don't come across that's when I go in as the managing partner, right?
Yeah.
And I go in with my big gun title.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really run around telling everybody I'm the managing partner. I mean, that's what I am, but whatever. I'm also 500 other.
You're a small business.
As well. But in an environment where we're all learning from each other, and it's not more about being impressive, then definitely the curiosity, and of course when you're new to any
Yeah.
Like me being new to Albuquerque, because like Richard, I think we must have moved here like the same week.
That's
Really?
Because I've been here almost 4 weeks as well.
Yeah.
You know, just even having to learn like the Albuquerque business culture. So everything going into in Albuquerque right now has been very much with an air of curiosity. Well, I suppose that in my Texas networking events, maybe perhaps I'm exuding more confidence. And especially again, like I said, depending, because if I'm going into one of those like CEO type networking events, it's definitely going to be more about confidence.
Cool.
Yeah, that there's a lot of times like you're getting hired, you're being selected for your expertise, so
Right.
you need to lead with that. But the way you bring about the most clever solutions for your clients and customers is through curiosity. You know, so it's a blend. Absolutely, always be curious, but they need to see that confidence from you because they're hiring someone that they want to save them or solution for them, you know, so yeah.
Well, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. And so I mentioned earlier that I changed my mind this week even while like thinking about this talk, because I was listening to another podcast, and this person was talking about how the person they were interviewing says, I see you talking with other people all the time at these meetings. And it says, I can tell that you're coaching them, the conversation they're having, and they're really engaged. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess confidence is really important too, because you want to exude that ability to help coach people and lead them to a place, especially if it's part of your job, like mine. So it kind of was like this flip of like, oh, curiosity first. And then I was like, well, actually, if I could come in, kind of like the conversation that you and I had, you know, I really gained a lot from talking with you, Cody, because like you had some confidence in this area. And like, it was like, you know, I want to be kind of like that where, you know, I'm showing up and I'm able to share information and help people see some clarity in things. So, but as Lisa said on the other side, also like getting into new places is caused by doing curiosity. And since I'm such a new business, I'm going to use a lot of that. Diana, do you have a thought about curiosity versus confidence?
Curiosity versus confidence.
Yeah, you're quiet again. I don't know why.
En el contexto de mi proyecto.
In a business, like to lead your business.
Now confidence.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. I see how you're demonstrating it too.
Yeah, now confidence because I have a few experience here in USA when the people say, okay, you need to improve your English is bad. So that affects my confidence with me here and with my project. So now always is okay, I'm ready for open to the people. And I understand no everybody is same, but I think that in my way, probably in the future or in my present, I find that type of people that sign me like immigrant and my accent, and I need to improve my second language, and everything now is about confidence.
Cool. Thank you, Deanna. I like to wrap this up with talking about things going on because, you know, increase the community. Activate New Mexico is going to happen in about a half an hour. This might also be real fun for you, Deanna, if you haven't done it yet. Look up Activate New Mexico, and I do actually have some links that I can paste in the chat. So I'll grab that. Bam. All right, we're going to open chat. There we are. And I'm going to paste that in there. to everyone. Cool. All right, so those are different links in the chat there. You can just click on all of those and open the windows and have that available if you want them. So Activate New Mexico, this is happening at least through the end of the month. Every Friday right after this, they have some neat business conversations. And then 1 Million Cups. And 1 Million Cups, myself, this Friday Flow thing, and Taza are all on the same meetup. If you go into meetups, you can find all three of us on the same meetup, which is Entrepreneurs and Coffee. Anyway, if you click on the one that I gave there, meetup.com, 1 Million Cups, Albuquerque events, that will give all three of us and as they come throughout the week. So that link will take you to all of those. And then Network After Work I mentioned, which is actually on Eventbrite, and I don't think I put it on here on accident. Oh wait, there it is. So that, like I said, that actually you go to the meetup, and then the meetup sends you to Eventbrite, which is sort of weird, but it works. I got there. And it's also where I found Daina, so that was really neat to meet you there. And so that was that. And again, I got some of this. I'm gonna see if I get more from Stacy Sacco's NM links. It's not a very straightforward page he has there. Hi, Janet.
Sorry, I knew you were recording. I was driving, so I couldn't pull up. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So
Smart.
I was driving, so I didn't want to interrupt people's stuff, so I just kind of waited. You know what I mean? So that's.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I appreciate that. I've done that too. I did that when I was at Taza before because I had to drive, and so I just turned it off, didn't do the visual, but I was listening. So, yeah. Next week we're going to talk about what your business flow is, like what is flow, because I initially thought next week I was going to do like how to measure your flow, because that's part of what I do for my business, but I'm also like, working it out and figuring out how to do that with people. So I thought it'd be a great topic of conversation. And it's just great to get into flow, like where you're actually really enjoying yourself. So we're going to talk about that next week and figuring out what your business flow is. And I hope that's really beneficial for everyone that shows up, because it's a discussion I'd like to kind of get to understand more with different people. And so please join us next week. Invite anyone that you think would like to have, sort of an informal conversation. You see how we're, just kind of fly by the seat of our pants kind of thing here. And it's really fun. And joyfully organize your daily business. So thank you everybody for joining. I'm going to give my sign off of thank you and keep the sparks flowing.